back here at the GSL Team League with IM against MVP. Younghwa has been selected. He is the chosen one, and I think this is actually a very smart move. Generally, I don't agree with who IM has been bringing out in the previous GSL Team Leagues, but Younghwa, maybe not as good of a choice as an ST, but why not try to use Younghwa? They have already only lost one game.
Well, the map will be dual site. And, Younghwa, this is a player a lot of people at home may not remember or have seen much, but believe you me, he invented the first real counter to 4-gate. He is one of the most patient and intelligent macro players on the planet.
Yeah.
He is a Protoss that everyone should look up to, so this is going to be a lot of fun, man.
All right, the game is now loading. Protoss vs. Younghwa against Dongregu. Younghwa needs to win this for IM. Dongregu may be MVP's last hope. He's going to have to try to stay alive as long as possible, take out as many players as humanly possible, ideally the entire team. All right, let's go. In the bottom left, we have our Protoss player. Not just any Protoss player.
I am Younghwa.
A lot of people don't know this, but Younghwa is actually Korean, the Korean word for movie.
Yep.
But it's not an uncommon name to name your kid.
I believe it's actually his name.
Yeah, I believe that actually is his name, yeah. The upper right.
MVP Dongregu.
Yeah, I'm 99% sure that's actually his first name is Younghwa.
Yeah. And
oh, look at that. Is that Mario with a pair of hipster glasses?
I don't know, man. I'm not sure who that is. Well, Younghwa is not going for a Forge Expand, which is interesting. It could be some sort of sharp all-in that we're going to see. Of course, Protoss has about 1,001 base all-ins that they can try. And then they have a few expandos they can do. They can do a 1-gate expand. They can do a 3-gate expand. They can do... I don't suggest the 1-gate expand, though, and I don't think Younghwa will do that. He's a safety
the 1-gate expand is a little...
every time I see it, I'm like, I don't know, man.
Whenever I try the 1-gate expand, it does not work, actually. I don't know if I'm not timing it out right or not, but I'm like...
if they make a bunch of units.
Yeah, they just make a bunch of lings and send them at me. I'm like, oh, okay. Then they make Ro6 after that, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah. Well, there's Void Ray builds, there's DT rushes. I don't expect to see any of that, though. I feel like we're probably going to see Younghwa just do a 3-gateway Sentry expand.
He could do a 2-gate Stargate, too.
Yeah, that's actually a very valid build. It's a good build. Younghwa normally has a really nice plan for the game and really safe builds planned out. He's a player that will play an hour game every time if you give him the opportunity. And just outplay in a long game, which, that's a good person to put out right now. If he does go for the long game scenario, might tire Dongregu out a little bit.
Now remember, guys, the coach believes that MVP is essentially a one-man army that is just really Dongregu.
And so far he's been right.
So what they're basically doing right now as far as planning goes is saying, all right, let's map out all the possible things we can do to throw at this guy to systematically take him out, because if he's gone, one of our players can just win this. So Younghwa could very well do some kind of aggressive all-in. You can see Younghwa already trying to dictate the pacing of the game as he makes a pylon and then cancels.
I like that new little cancel thing.
Yeah, that's actually what's nice. I think for newer players, it's better for them to identify that it is canceled, so they don't get confused.
It actually helps us, too. Sometimes you actually can't tell if it was a cancel or a kill when a ton of stuff's attacking.
Good job, Blizzard. Way to go. Shout out to Blizzard. Team
cool.
1. The entire Team 1 just heard that and they went, yes! Yes! All right. Whoop. A little bit of stutter micro mistake there. Okay, 3 gates.
Yep. 3-gate Sentry
Probably
expand.
will not be a 4th
the
gate.
order of the day. Now he does have a probe that is snuck out as well, Tasteless. I really like that, but it looks like it will get caught. Dongregu did see it just slightly with a nice, well-placed Overlord, perhaps.
Note he is hiding the sentries. And a lot of times we see Protosses in this build get Zealot first, so seeing the Stalker, if they peek up the ramp, is going to be confusing. He might actually be duped into thinking this is a Stargate book.
Stalker.
Or build. I don't know why I just said Stargate book, excuse me. Now watch,
The
force field this over here. Yep.
And now he can force field right in front of the Stalker.
Yeah, he might actually not bother. Looks like the Stalker will just barely win this fight. And that's smart because now he can very safely do an expand.
He just killed a lot of Lings, man.
Yeah, for basically free.
And we'll see what his follow-up is, too. You know, a 3-gate expand in Korea, normally it will be followed up with a 6th Century, 6 Stalker, 1 Zealot push. And it's not a dedicated push. It's basically there to pick off a few units and force your opponent not to make drones and rather to make Zerglings.
Yeah.
But instead, actually, he's going to throw down a Stargate. Okay, cool. So he's going to actually go for Void Ray after this.
He might follow the Void Ray up with a Phoenix. Void Ray Phoenix makes it pretty difficult for the Zerg to get a 3rd base up.
But it's also been quite popular recently to make just a ton of Void Rays to go with your army. So that could be the order of the day as well. Void Rays just kind of are good, man. They're still an unexplored unit despite how much they've been used.
I know. Well, you know what's funny about it is that so many Zergs are not getting layers instantly in this matchup, especially not against 3-gate expand. They're getting Link Roach. So if you have like 5 or 6 Void Rays in your army, the Zerg will just not win that battle, especially with your force fielding and protecting your army.
Well, good SimCity here by Younghwa, knowing exactly how all the buildings line up.
Chrono boost here on the Stargate.
Pretty excited, actually, to see if he starts another Void Ray or he goes Phoenix with this. Because if it's one of these Void Ray timings, that's all I need is to see Younghwa or Sage do something, and it makes me just want to go and toy with it because I know they see something really special.
Looks like he gets the 3rd cannon now after the Forge completes. Which I'm actually saying more so I can copy this build when I go home. And not because I'm casting it for you guys. I'm just actually a selfish person.
It's alright. That's the way I like you.
Thank you. Okay, it is going to be a Void Ray Phoenix.
Yep, and it looks like he's just going to save up for actually having some Phoenix out first. Now and that could surprise his opponent for sure. Layer is just about to finish. There we go. And it is going to be an Infestor rush, despite the slight Infestor nerfs. Infestor's still very viable.
All right, he'll have about 3 Phoenixes by the time he gets over there. Ideally, he would probably be hoping that there was a hatchery on the way over here, so he could pick that up and kill it. If Queen's Coming picks them up and kills.
That would be the optimal situation for his build, but so he's going to be playing against Infestors. They're going to take a while to get out, though, so he's going to have to defend with Queens and Spores for now. And, well, that one Spore is really offering a ton of protection right now, Tasteless. If that Spore wasn't there, he would just fly in and ravage. Nice by Dongregu. Not getting too far from the Spore. Another Spore is being made. Some Spores in the main as well. I love that he made a nice little round of Lings as he sees the flying units. Always nice to do that.
Younghwa turtling up pretty hard here. He's going for +1 attack. That's obviously very good.
And the Spore Crawler running around, repositioning itself. 4 Queens out right now, Tasteless. And is Younghwa going to try to take these out? No, indeed he's not. Wow, that Void Ray taking a ton of damage, has 0 kills, in fact.
So he now has a total of, what, 6 gateways soon. A few more on the way, and the Twilight Council coming. And it looks like the real role for the Phoenix Void Ray was actually to just deny an expansion. So he's okay, so he's still on 2 base.
And see if he can get any damage done, but Dongregu has basically defended this perfectly. Now, the one thing I do want to point out is Burrow is almost done because he is usually an Infestor build. Younghwa, though, no Robo. And no Robo equals no C those units. And no C those units equals Infestors follow you around underground and do whatever they want to you. It can be pretty gross, Tasteless. I've seen it before. And I might see it again here.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a blink timing rush. And you're right. Little submarine Infestors now moving around the map.
That's right. They're like sharks with 3 fins.
Ooh. Oh, get that drone. Yep. And this is the nice thing about Phoenix is you can basically stay very active with him.
Yeah. And it looks like we're going to have a very powerful attack in here. Going to throw up about 1,000 Infested Terrans most likely. Or if he can get Fungals off on those sentries, that could be a game ender. I mean, you lose all those sentries to nothing, to just Fungals. That's death, man. And here we go. He's just going for it. That is a quadrillion infested Terrans. A ton of Stalkers are on the high ground here, fighting down. And just a lot of damage being
He's
dealt
attacking
everywhere.
the Nexus with
Oh
some
my
of those.
God. And he even got every sentry. This Zergling's still alive as well, and trying to target down this Nexus now. No sentries to stop him. The Nexus will fall. Oh my God. Gone Grey Goo. And Burrow. He's so good. What a good... And Burrow's where the Nexus was.
Wow.
LOL. That's how you spell LOL.
Thank you.
Well.
All right, so he's going to ditch that location, send out the soccer. He says, okay, he took out my Nexus. I need to deny the third base here, or I'm dead. And I do like the Infestor timing rush there from him. That was actually just very smart.
Yeah. Well, it's a great build. It is.
Oops. Nice.
Certainly owned this up. He is low on energy, so these Stalkers are going to come up and do what they can do.
He needs to target down that hatchery. He needs to stay in this game.
Well, here come the Infestors.
He needs to run. Think.
Let's kill off that base. Knows the Infestors don't have a ton of energy. Trying to hit him while he's weak. Stalker's doing a good job so far. Are there any fungals? There are fungals, though. And he does begin to fungal.
But you know what? Younghwa's Blink Micro is pretty good. Shoots down the Queen.
If Younghwa wins this Tasteless, I will be so amazed. But no, it looks like more fungals coming down. Younghwa doing a great job with what he has, but he didn't even remake his Nexus. He's completely all in right now. And as he loses these, I think we'll see GG.
Yeah, that rush there was actually very nice by Dongregu. He actually gauged the situation perfectly. He said, okay, he's gone for Starport. He's not, or Stargate rather, he's not actually going to have anything to stop my Infested Terrans from moving up right in there.
Well, he just started the Nexus, so instead of GGing, he's going to say, well, I'm going to play this out with...
my 63 supply is 138.
It's... I mean, Dongregu has one. Younghwa may just be trying to tire him out a little bit. I don't think he's going to use much energy here on this attack, though. Just waiting for some more units, make sure he can finish him off.
He might even want to just target down the Nexus. I mean, why not? He's going to wait for the Infestors to get down there, so that'll be... There's no way for him to recover from that. Did he ever get a Robo Bay? I didn't see Artosis. Can you just check for me before this game ends?
No, he did not. And more Infested Terrans, ton of Roaches. Really no way for Younghwa to come back here. The supply still over doubled by Dongregu. He's getting a third base. And we'll certainly force a cancel on this one. And kill all his units. There you go. Zealot's being warped in against Mass Roach. Goodbye,
and
Zealots.
expect GG any second here, guys. He's actually making fun of now. Burrowing, unburrowing, burrowing, unburrowing, burrowing, unburrowing. He doesn't care. GG.
You know what? If he's going to do that, I'd go hide pylons.
Yeah, man. Oh, look at Dongregu.
Happy guy. Says, can I keep this streak alive? Can I all kill IM?
He could.
Nesty looks at him and says, nothing. Because Nesty doesn't need to speak. His game speaks for him. Dongregu, high-fiving everybody.
Well done by MVP, and some lucky nerd is gonna get a prize. All right. Well, who does IM send out now? The Phoenix.
Phoenix MVP, brothers in arms.
Is he taunting him?
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, we're gonna see who they're gonna send out next. Who do you think?
Lucira.
I would say Lucira.
Send out a Zerg.
You might as well test his Zerg. We've already seen his ZVT and his ZVP are pretty good.
It's good to spread out the matchups, really rack your opponent's brain. It's tiring. It's easier to play one matchup over and over.
I know, than have to shift gears back and forth.
Yeah.
You ever been in a game where you're on the ladder game and
I know exactly
you play like a really long TVP or PVT, and then you start the next game, it's a PvP, but you're still thinking so much about that PvP that you just start opening up with a PvT build.
Yeah.
And then you Scott, and you're like, oh.
That happens to me all the time, man.
That happens to me all the time.
Yeah. My brain will be completely thinking about the previous game and builds. Now I can alter them, and then, It's a common thing, I think, that happens to people that play a lot of games.
Yeah, especially if you're a thinker.
I'm sure a lot of you out there have had that happen as well.
Me too. And that guy so wants to be best friends with us right now. You heard that? He wants it so bad. We are going to get this game going here. Oh, look at the way you joined that. He went enter.
Yeah.
Hit it with his finger.
That's how I do it.
You don't click join like a little pussy bitch. No, man.
I would
enter.
never click join on a StarCraft game. It's
No,
the enter
man.
key. Even if I have my hand on the mouse, right? It's also right next to the keyboard, and the numpad has an enter key, and I actually hit enter like that.
Oh,
my
yeah?
thumb. Yeah, I don't click it. I'm like,
You know what I
bam.
do? I take my mouse and actually smack the enter key with it.
I take it, and I start going like this, and I go like that.
Who's it going to be? I don't know. We were right. Lucira, a.k.a. the
Well,
bar.
I did think Lucia should come out next, but I think I saw him in the booth as well.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Well, I just got good star sense. So this is Lucira, a.k.a. the barn owl nerd. Picking up little mouse nerds, eating them.
Yeah.
Because owls are dangerous.
They're dangerous, and they're cute.
He's sitting there going, little nerds are hiding in the wood.
If I ever had an owl tasteless, I would put bubble wrap around its feet. So when it tries to take my eyes out of my head to eat them, but it's also cute. It comes up and just pats my eyes with bubble wrap. I'm like, stop! It tickles. It's actually trying to kill me. It bites my skull. It takes a big chunk out of my scalp. I'm like, ah!
You know what? You know those owls that they had? Or maybe they were hawks. Actually, correct me if I'm wrong. But they would put a little blanket over its head.
Yeah, those
And
are hawks.
whenever they would remove the blanket, they would whatever the hawk would see would fly over there and just kill that guy. Those things are cool, man. That's actually Lucira, but he's an owl.
I think those are actually falcons.
Oh, you might be right.
And
actually.
the guy who holds it is the falconeer.
Yeah, and he's got a special glove on that's covered in leather.
Because it's sitting there, and then he's takes that little hat off, and the thing's the hat comes off, and the falcon goes like this. The hat comes off. It's to get its falcon hair all looking right after a hat comes off its head, and then it flies away to what it has to do. But it's got to look good.
That guy is the real clown, though. The guy that actually goes like this, tensing his shoulder the entire time, and he pulls it off, and the bird just poops on his arm.
I don't think it would, though.
Birds can't control their poop. Did you know that?
Well, the falcons sure can, man.
No, they can't.
You never read about Genghis Khan having his arm pooped on, man.
Well, that's because he took it out of history. Because he was controlling history then. You think he was going to let that go down? Most birds can't control when they poop. I had a pet parakeet. He would land on my head. I'd be playing surf, and then he'd just poop in my head, and I'm like, oh.
I have this awesome
This
fact.
guy won't let me pause. Happened, man. It's tough.
I have this awesome fact I want to share, but I can't remember the exact statistic.
Just go.
It's something like some huge percentage of humanity is related to Genghis Khan.
No, I've heard that. I think it's actually something it's 1 in 40 or something is
something insane.
It might even be lower than that, because Genghis Khan conquered so much and slept with so many women in his conquest that actually so many people are related to Genghis Khan. It's insane. It might even be lower. It might be 1 in 60 people have just the slightest bit of Genghis Khan here.
I wish I was one of them. I can tell I'm not, though.
No, I don't think I am one of them either.
No. I am a descendant of beggars and poor farm helpers and just the lowest of the low
Draft
from
dodgers.
the plebs that hid when the knights rode into town in the Middle Ages.
Those guys are actually smart.
Well, they are, but they're also that's
For king and country, those guys fight it. I'm like, no, you're dumb, man. You're gonna die.
They're like honor, and they charge on the battlefield. No, not my ancestors.
I've actually
my ancestors
already stolen a horse.
went
I'm
to
right
the-
into the next place to change my identity.
My ancestors went to the battlefield after the battle had been done for days and pillaged whatever they could steal. But nothing too flashy because they didn't want to be asking questions.
I love your idea of making the video game Ro6 where you play as a coward.
Yeah, man.
You gotta hide under dead bodies.
I would totally play that game. It'd be so cool.
Okay. We're still gonna wait on Lucira. He just has to make sure his settings are correct.
It's I don't like this player icon. I don't want to be the Baneling anymore. I'm not going to use Baneling game. I'm
going to go with the
Hydras.
Brood Lord.
Should I use the Hydra one to make him pick up on
single
Hydras?
player and beat that one mission in 15 minutes so I can get that one portrait.
Oh, is that real? Does that happen?
I think there's some portraits you can unlock that way. I'm not sure though.
I have no idea. I have, like, out of everyone that plays StarCraft a lot, I have the least achievement points, unfortunately. I'm the worst at that part of the game.
Artos never played the single player. He went right into multiplayer. Can I make a bet with you? You think you can beat the last level of StarCraft 1? Like, if I just put you on that?
StarCraft 1?
No, I'm sorry. StarCraft 2, last level. I meant like for the Wings of Liberty.
Oh.
If I put that on brutal, do you think you can beat it within under 3 tries?
Of course.
Or you want to make a bet?
But we're never going to actually do this.
No, we'll do this, man. I'll do this. You think you can do it? It's actually it's not easy.
What kind of bet do you want to make?
The $5 one. Or you want more money?
Okay, but you have to come over to my house to have it done.
Okay. Wait.
Not
Okay,
going to your
wait. $10 because I gotta ride the subway.
Okay.
All right. Gotta get that covered.
All right.
And I get to drink some of the beer in your house. Just watch you and troll you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna go.
All right.
All right. I'll let you guys know what happens.
No.
It's kind of hard.
I don't know, man. I doubt.
I mean, you might be able to do it.
It's single player, man. I'll just figure out what the computer's stupid against and do that.
Yeah, man.
That's the way I play single player, man.
I remember like playing against the computer in StarCraft 1 and just walling in and like watching Zealots run around.
You just make like a wall of depots.
They're like a school of fish just like moving around. I have siege tanks shooting them down.
Yeah, just taking up to battle cruisers. It's like, well.
I have like one friend, he's like, yeah, sometimes I try to play against 7 computers at once. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, that's.
I send my SCV around and attack all the.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, all the probes
and they
that
all
follow me.
shipped off. Yeah.
Then I run them into my bunker.
The map is going to be Metalopolis, Zerg versus Zerg. Luceria is very scary, and I don't.
His ZVZ is pretty powerful.
Yeah, it generally looks pretty good. Have we seen much of Dongrego's ZVZ? I don't think we've even seen him play one
much
ZVZ.
Of it.
I don't think we've even seen him play
I want
one.
to say that I have seen it, but it doesn't strike me.
I think
we casted some of it, him versus Coca at MLG, actually.
Did we?
I think so.
You know, actually, I think you're right. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, we did do that. We've casted so many games.
So many games.
Somebody at home's like, I can't believe they don't know every single game they've casted. And I'm like, oh.
You know, I
so
did in
jaded.
StarCraft 1 because there were so fewer casts.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I remember like every game
actually, when I was doing GOM for StarCraft 1, man, I casted a lot
Oh,
of
no,
games.
you casted a lot of games.
So many games.
And so many were so bad in that first round.
I remember that.
First round, I would not watch Tasteless.
Part of my
like, you going to watch me tonight? I'm like, no, man. Round of 256.
That was back when I was casting, like, by myself, like, alone. Like, it's just, like, my train of thought. Blah, 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 blah. And eventually, I don't even know what I've said. I'm like 4 hours in, I've like started a sentence, and then I'm like interrupted by something on the screen, so I start to cast that. And then I like try to go back to what I was saying. I'm like, I don't actually know I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, then I'm like, all these people,
I get you.
So many people around the world are listening to me, and I don't know what I said. And I'm like, guys, I'm sorry. I don't know.
It's fine.
No, I don't feel bad.
I never know what you say, anyways.
Yeah, actually, when me and Artosis cast, I'm just like, nom, 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 Artosis. And he's like, you know what, Tasteless, that's a really good point. You know what else is really smart? And you say something really smart.
Thanks. That's what I try to do.
Looks like Lucera might need a little bit more time.
No, he's ready.
Oh, no, excuse me.
Countdown begins.
Yeah, he said go. All right, so the countdown has started. Lucera up against Dongre. Can he do it? You think he's going to win?
I think Lucera will take it.
I think he might.
Dongre is sick, but Lucera is pretty sick as well.
Yeah.
He's a teammate of an ST, so what are you going to do, man?
Let's go to the game.